I think my favorite part of getting to make surfboards is getting to create something every day that is a useful object that brings someone joy in the world, in their life. Getting to create something for someone that they will take with them probably around the world, that they will make unique memories with, that will connect them to one of the essential joys of living, riding waves, riding energy through the ocean. And like, if I get to have a part in that, I get to share my creation with someone that connects them to that energy in the water. Like, that's amazing, right? It comes from my hands to their body to the ocean. Like, it's this cycle, and that to me is kind of what eternal life means. Like, when I talk about eternal life, that's the name of my company, it refers to that cycle of energy that connects all living things together, that connects us to the things that we make, to each other, to the waves that we ride, to the ocean. You know, this endless cycle of death and rebirth and life, and that's what eternal life means to me. It doesn't. So that's why it's kind of been a mantra of mine for a long time. Before it was the name of a surfboard company, it was like just a mantra and a way of living. My name is Logan Antill, and I run Eternal Life Magical Surfboard Company. I hand make surfboards, shaped by hand, in Encinitas, in Leucadia. I guess what makes Eternal Life special as a surfboard brand or a company is that I don't think of it as a surfboard brand or a surfboard company. To me, Eternal Life is not a surfboard brand. Eternal Life is a process, you know, it's a way of living and a way of being, and surfboards are one expression of the art that I feel and that I find in life. I think of Eternal Life much more as an art collective than I do a surfboard brand. I want to create a more intimate and singular and irreparable process, something that happens once. You know, I make a surfboard for someone, I'm never gonna make that board again, ever. It'll never be made again. And it's a moment in time, and it's something just for that person. And maybe they ride it for a while, maybe they sell it, and maybe it finds other people too, but that board will never happen again. You know, it's not made to be mass produced, it's not made to be replicated, it's made to be an expression of who I am and what I feel. And so what makes it unique is each one's a part of me. They're a part of my life. And I'm sharing that life and that vision and that energy with other people, and hopefully it brings them joy too, and that's very special to me. Realistically, for me, I think a sense of success comes from having the privilege and the opportunity to be able to make art that other people believe in and that brings other people joy. And you can't, there's no dollar amount attached to that. There's no level of income that correlates to success for me. It's just, do I feel like I have something to offer and share with a community of people? And if there are people who love what I do, then I feel like I am a success, even if that's 10 people. If there are people who tell their friends, hey, these surfboards are really beautiful things and you should try one, then that to me is a success. Like, in the surfboard shaping world, what more do you want? I think one thing the surfboard community lacks is a sharing of wisdom and knowledge, which has bummed me out many times as a shaper, is that it's very hard for young people or for people starting out in shaping to find someone to teach them anything. You know, people are digging through 12-year-old Swaylocks archives trying to find information about how to shape a bonzer bottom because no one will show them. And that sucks. And it's like, so many people talk about, you know, the legacy of hand shaping and making sure it lives on. Oh, the machines are taking over. And it's like, well, then you have to teach people how to hand shape. If you don't teach people how to hand shape surfboards, it will vanish. It will die out, and no one will know how to do it anymore. And that'll be the end of it. So as far as the future of shaping is concerned, I guess if you're a surfer, you've noticed in the past 2 or 3 years that the amount of people surfing has gone up exponentially, right? The amount of people in the lineup in the water, and a lot of these people, you know, are new to surfing, relatively new. And a lot of the surfboards being sold to people are mass-produced surfboards. I see like surfing, I see two roads as far as the future of surfing is concerned. I see one road continues towards this hyper mass saturation surf brand disposable commodity world. It takes us to the hyper commodification and the complete soul stripping of surfing, where surfing becomes, unfortunately, where maybe it was headed for a long time, it becomes a sport. And it is a sport. I mean, it's become a sport. I don't really believe that, but where Nat Young talked about, Nat Young said that where we got off track was, when we started calling surfing a sport, when it's not, it was a spiritual pursuit. Before contests, before competitions, it was a spiritual pursuit. And one road for the future of surfing, like future of shaping, one road leads to this mall culture of surfing, this housing development wave pool culture of surfing, where people have no connection to what they ride or why they ride it or who made it or anything. And there's no shaper anymore. There's just people cleaning up after machines, right? So that's one road. And the other road is almost, I would say it's like the original road, but the original road, it's almost like we've done like a U-turn or a figure eight, and people of a younger generation are like, wait, I don't want to go down that mall road. I don't want to go to the mall. I don't want to go to the wave pool. Like, I'm looking back and see what came before me, and I'm taking what is old and I'm making it new again, but I want to do it myself. I want to learn what other people used to know and forgot. And I want to share the gift of shaping by hand, and I want to share the gift and artistry of surfboard making with a new generation of people who are actually connected to what they ride and connected to the ocean. And that's the other road. And the other road, there isn't any real fortune or glory in it, and that's not why, if you want to go down that road, you shouldn't go down it if you're looking for a retirement plan for surfboard making. And I don't even know where that road leads. And I don't even know if I can recommend anyone go down that road, because I don't know where that goes. There's no big box retailers down that road. There's something that you do for the love of it. But I think there are a core group of people, there are shapers like myself, who are doing it because they purely love making surfboards, and they will continue to do it. And as the other road becomes more oversaturated, there will be people who start to seek something else out of surfing. And I believe that there will always be people, as long as surfing exists, there will always be people who seek out the soulful connection with the ocean and surfboards. There will be, because that is how surfing began. And you can't take that away from surfing, no matter how many t-shirts you sell at the mall, at Ron John, at Hans, you can't take that away from surfing. You can't completely strip the soul of it. It lives on in the people who make the boards, and the people who ride the waves, and the people who do it for no cameras and for no competitions and for no money. Surfing lives on in the heart of those people, and it always will.
Follow Logan at eternal.life and check out the next episode of our Shaper series with Almond Surfboards.
If you're looking for any great surf products like surf ponchos, surf turf, or wetsuit cleaner, along with yoga goods, home goods, and Mexican blankets, head over to our website, westpath.com. Link is in our bio. Follow Westpath on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you out in the water, and stay stoked.